And good morning, everyone. Welcome to This Day.
Good morning. Today is Wednesday, and it's December 4th, and it's National Dice Day. So I'm going to give you a little history on dice.
Okay. No dice. Or with dice. Sounds good. All right, on our show today, we're going to bring you a segment with Senator John Moorlach and our CEO, Jeff Parker. And it's all about the Assembly bill that went through about really eliminating the need for elections if there's enough people running for the board, meaning if there's 4 openings, you got 4 people, you don't need to spend the money on elections. So we have the 2 of them on, and the senator presented Jeff Parker with a certificate and thanking for all the work that the community did to get that through. Also, the ladies from the Senior Center are here today, Cherie and Cheryl, going to tell you what's coming up for December. And we have a doctor here, Dr. William Wu, from Kaiser Permanente, Orange County, and we're going to bring you a segment with the Reform Temple. Carol Buller is here to tell you about what's coming up with them.
All right, a couple of meetings today. We have the GRF Landscape Committee meeting, which will be in the boardroom at 9:30, and then the Mutual 50 Activities Committee meeting, Towers Boardroom at 11 a.m. All right, so National Dice Day recognizes an ancient gaming tool. Many games incorporate dice as a way to add random challenges and obstacles to the objectives. Players typically throw dice into a flat surface from their hands or a cup. The value of the throw is determined by the uppermost face of the die after it has come to rest. One popular dice game is craps, where wagers are made on the total value of the throw of the dice. However, this can only be done in places where it is legal to throw dice. Evidently, it is illegal in the state of California to throw dice. So frequently used in board games, dice are used to randomize a player's moves, commonly by deciding the distance a piece will move on a board. Favorite board games using dice are backgammon and Monopoly. It is known that they have been around for thousands of years. In 400 BC, the Greek poet Sophocles claimed that dice was invented by the Greeks. Well, this has yet to be proven because there is evidence of dice in Egyptian tombs dating as far back as 2000 BC. But thanks to archaeological digs, we are able to place them back even further to 6000 BC when in Burnt City, an archaeological site, as you can see here on the left, which reminds me a lot of Indiana Jones sites. This site is in southeastern Iran, and a backgammon set was excavated. Dice were originally made from the talus, ankle bone of hoofed animals, ivory, wood, and plastic. And they also come in many shapes and colors. Now, my favorite dice game is called LRC, which is called Left, Right, Center. And then also Bunko, which is played with an awful lot of fun people, usually gals. Ken, do you have a favorite dice game? You said you were doing something the other day.
Yeah, I can't think of the name of it, but it's like Yahtzee. It's very similar to that. And we played it the other day, and Borco, or I don't know what it is, but it was a lot of fun. It comes in like a little canister, like very much like the Yahtzee game does, but we were playing it the other day on Thanksgiving, and it was a lot of fun. Now, as far as the weather, we know it's raining if you're watching us right now in the morning, and it did come in, as I said yesterday, in about 6 o'clock, we started to see a little bit of it here and there. The bulk of this will, if you're watching us in the morning, will be probably till noon. Then you'll start to see it lessen a little more as we get to evening, a little bit more than that, where we still will have some scattered showers, and it is back in the forecast that may go into maybe Thursday morning till maybe 8, 9, 10 o'clock. So we'll see. That part is kind of iffy, but rain throughout today, but as we move along, really past noon, we'll start to see it lessen. Then as we get into the evening, it'll be even more or less than that. More scattered showers, if that, and then that could last all night into tomorrow. So really a 24-hour event, but they are saying up to 1 to 2 inches of rain throughout the area. Now, here we go. Friday, mostly sunny. Then we'll start to get Friday evening, we'll start to get increasing clouds overnight. And then a 40% chance Saturday and Sunday. This will be scattered showers, so it shouldn't be much, but maybe quarter inch both days, maybe a little bit more than that, but it shouldn't be too much. It'll be on and off, and there could be some sun on those days as well. That we'll just have to see. Then, by the way, as we get into next week, at least Monday and Tuesday, things clear up nicely. Maybe a few clouds out there, but sunny, and staying really in the mid 60s or so. Let's take a look around the area now. The temperatures are really about the same of what we had yesterday. Although, make note, look at Palm Springs. They're really cold out there. Only about 57. They're getting rain today. Big Bear, really what they're saying, about 7,000 feet and above. So that would be the Big Bear area is getting snow. Less so than last week's storm, which was, of course, a colder storm, but they will be getting it. And then it might trickle down to about 6,000 feet and dusting of snow. But this is a warmer system. As I've been saying, or as I said the last couple of days, this is actually the moisture part of it is coming up from off Baja California. The low pressure, the colder system, is moving down in the area, and it's kind of putting pressure on that and then squeezing all this moisture up into this area. All right, we'll be back in just a moment.
Most real estate agents stick to the 3 Ps of marketing. They place it on the MLS, they put up a sign, and pray that it sells. Laguna Premier Realty takes a different approach to marketing your home. From professional and high-quality photos, to high-definition video, single property websites, and 3D virtual tours. We will make your property stand out and, most importantly, sell. So whether you are looking to list your current home or find your dream home in the village, Laguna Premier Realty is here to help.
And welcome back. Well, with me today, I am delighted to have Senator John Moorlach. He represents the 37th District here in Southern California. And also, we have the VMS CEO, Jeff Parker. Welcome to both of you here today.
Thank you.
Good to see you. Good to see you again, Senator.
Be back. Thank you.
Good to see you, Jeff. You know, the reason that we're here today is for something special, and it's a bill, Senate Bill 754, that has been kind of bandying about for quite some time. And it's something that really HOAs throughout the state of California we're looking forward to having signed and put through, because in the long run, it can end up saving them a lot of money. So first, I'm going to go to our CEO and ask him, tell us your involvement in this, because I know you've been looking at this even long before you came here to the community, right?
Right. Ken, one of the things that was real special about looking at this bill was we were trying to find a way to be efficient and effective with our money. And that means our residents and spending their money appropriately. And one of the things that we realized was that we were having elections where we had only the number of candidates for the positions to fill.
Right.
And yet we were still going through the election process that was costing as much as $30,000 per mutual.
Yeah.
And so we were looking at a way that, similar to school districts, cities across the state have the ability to win. They only have the simple majority of the number of candidates, that they can do it by acclamation. And so they tried the bill a couple years, didn't work. We called the senator and said, would you sponsor this bill, help us take it through? And we were very successful, and thank you to the senator for really shepherding it through and making the process work. And this is going to be very good for the village.
Yeah, it will. And Senator, it's certainly been the case here. It just happened recently where the same number of candidates for one of the boards were running for the same number of positions. This has happened as long as I've been here. You know, it seems like every 2-3 years it has to take place. So let me ask you first, why was it that it took a while to get this signed when cities have been doing this, as far as I know, at least for quite a while?
That's a great question, Ken. Jeff has been through this drill before, and I'm not the first senator to try to get a vote by acclamation for homeowners associations. The industry of homeowners is a little divided on what it will accept. If we want to vote by acclamation, others were saying, well, then you better have certain qualifications in place. And then this group would say, well, wait a second, we don't want to accept those qualifications. And you would think some of the qualifications would be simple, like it would be good that the person on the ballot was not a felon.
Right.
You know,
right.
things like
Yes,
that.
yeah.
But, well, wait a second. Some people, even the governor's office, are saying, well, wait a second. We want to like forgive felons after a certain period of time. So then you had to get really narrow about, you know, what kind of felon we're talking about. So it was sort of interesting where you would think this would be like a no-brainer, almost like what we would call a consent bill.
Right.
So if you don't have enough candidates, and there are plenty of homeowners associations where people don't want to run for their board, so why go through the expense? And the only legitimate excuse or reason we got was, well, we want to have write-ins. We want to be able to write in.
Yeah.
And we're going, well, wait a second, we should have a good notification period. And therefore you don't need to do a write-in. But why, you know, in the case of Laguna Woods, why spend $20,000 in postage and printing for something that's redundant? Nothing changes. You have, in fact, haven't had a write-in issue. So it was really interesting. Your association has retained a lobbyist, Kathy Van Austin, who had to do a lot of work. And we had to do amendments almost up to the last day of session. It was really not an easy bill.
Yeah, you would think it would be.
You would think it should have been a slam dunk, but there are just different, you know, segments of your industry that are saying, wait a second, we don't like that little modification.
Right.
But if you're going to do that, you got to do this, and then this group, and so that's how it kind of ping-ponged all throughout this year.
So Jeff, let me ask you, now that this is signed, will we see any differences as far as, you know, the senator mentioned people want write-ins. In other words, the notification period, do you see that expanding? We give historically a good notification period here.
We do, and
quite a bit, actually.
By following the law, we will expand it a little bit, the notification period. It's not a concern with regards to write-ins on how we do our election process because everybody is so involved. So that notification, though, if somebody says, well, I think I have somebody that would be interested in running, so we give them a clear time frame for them to get that name in. Because you can nominate anybody right up until that last day. So that's why the write-in's not as necessary in the village here, because you can literally nominate somebody at the last minute. So having an increased notification time frame will just allow more people to have that opportunity, which we want. We want candidates. But in the case if we don't have the candidates, then we want to save the money.
Yeah, and it's a considerable amount of money.
Yeah.
Senator, does this cover all HOAs, or it's by size? If it's a very small one, a large one?
We had to narrow it down to size. That was
you had to do that.
That was the final like linchpin to get this thing done. And regretfully, we had to say for homeowners association with 6,000 units or more. So there are not too many of those.
There's not.
And so that's how we were able to finally get the bill through. So it benefits Laguna Woods, but not too many other areas of the state, which means that over time, if the industry kind of decides to realize that what you're doing makes sense, they can say, okay, let's reduce it to 5,000, then to 4,000, and maybe over time we could just reduce it down so people start to understand this was not as scary or as confrontational as maybe some of them thought it would be.
Yeah, and I would think it would really benefit also smaller associations, because the amount of money that they may have to spend can be exponentially more per capita, so to speak. They still have to go through all the same hoops and all that. So it would greatly, people who, you know, might only have a few hundred units, even to the point they could just, they almost know everyone, to go through that would really be arduous. So I know this first came up, if I'm not mistaken, when Governor Brown was in office. Did it just not make it to his desk, or he just did not sign it?
It did not make it to his desk. They could not agree. I mean, there's forces inside the homeowners association industry, and they showed up for our bills. Jeff was good enough to fly to Sacramento. He was my key witness, and we had to do it a couple times. So I want to thank Jeff. In fact, I even have a little, you know, like a little proclamation, sort of a certificate of recognition just for Laguna. Well, maybe I should hold it up. I don't know. I just want to give this certificate of recognition to Jeff Parker for all of his hard work. Jeff came up to Sacramento on a number of occasions to testify on behalf of the bill. And so just a little memento from the 37th Senate District Office to you for all of your hard work. Thank you, Jeff.
Thank you, sir.
Once that holds. And then I have an actual copy of the bill for Ken, just for his files and mementos, because Jeff worked really hard, sorry, Ken, in coming up to Sacramento and testifying, but he got to hear the opponents.
Oh, yeah.
So you might want to give some blow by blow.
How was it up there?
Well,
Did you survive?
It was intriguing because what you see in the success of the bill going through is behind the scenes you don't see.
Yeah.
Every time we went and testified, the ultimate passage of these bills was basically unanimous going through the House and going through the Senate. I think we had one vote of opposition the whole way through, but like the senator said, it was the backup work, behind the scenes work to get everybody on the same page and get an agreement to the point that, again, the population was, as far as the units, was critical, but we kept and maintained that it had to affect Laguna Woods. So certainly the 6,000 number is something that will help us and makes that work for us. But it was fun testifying. It's always enjoyable working with any senator that's willing to help the community, as the senator has done. And so from our heart, we appreciate the effort and what you've done for the community and what it means going forward and saving, I think, substantial amount of money for them.
I think it's great, and I hope it works its way down to the smaller HOAs within California, because it's going to benefit everyone. And, it doesn't prevent them from turning around and going, you know what, we still want to have an open ballot election. So it doesn't stop anyone from still wanting to spend the money to do it. It's, it becomes a choice then.
Right.
Now, is this something like this written into Davis Sterling, or is this kind of a separate type thing?
This was part of Davis Sterling.
It will, okay.
Yeah, we changed a few provisions, and that's where a lot of the debate occurred.
Yeah. Well, I think it's wonderful. Thank you very much for getting this through, and Jeff, thank you.
You bet.
For all your hard work, and everyone else who had a part in this, because it works well for everyone. But it's interesting that even something like this that you would think is simple, all the different steps that it has to go through. Things don't happen quick up there, do they?
And I only get 20 bills, and it's always fun to do what we call a district bill. When someone in the district says, hey, we've got something that we'd like to have fixed, and I said, well, Richard Roth tried that before. I don't know if I want to throw that into my 20, but we want to do district bills. We want to help out, and we could talk for hours on some of the stuff we've done just within this 37th district on bills that have actually had a pretty major impact on the state. So you want to take them, and Jeff and I will have to get together and say, hey, what else do you need? What else needs fixing within the homeowners association laws. But we know when we go into it, it's not going to be an easy task.
No, because it's always both sides. It's both the homeowners and the community, and then the HOA system itself, and whatever management company it might be, or self-managed. And so it's a lot of different moving parts there that all look at it from different angles. And sometimes a community member who then gets on the board starts to look at things a little bit differently as well.
Right.
So a lot to it. Gentlemen, thank you very much for stopping by today. I really appreciate it. Senator,
thank you, Ken.
Good to see you again. Hope I see you again soon. Jeff, always good to see you.
Good.
All right, and we'll be right back.
Welcome back. Well, we have Kaiser Permanente here, and representing Kaiser Permanente is Dr. William Wu, and he is the Assistant Chief of Family Medicine, and you also are a family practitioner out of the Euclid offices of Anaheim, correct?
That's correct. I'm a family doctor first and foremost, taking care of my patients every day, and family medicine assistant chief as well.
Now, we were talking a little bit earlier before we came on, and you got into diabetes because of some of your patients. Tell me what effect that had.
Yeah, so practicing family medicine, I was able to see the impact that diabetes had on my patients and the population around my clinic. Mm-hmm. And I thought it would be very important to help shape the quality that we provide in terms of healthcare to our diabetic patients, help form the policies and how we go about taking care of diabetes.
Okay. And you said that you represent the doctors.
Yeah.
But not just the ones for diabetes, for all doctors.
Correct. I'm the Assistant Chief for Family Medicine, so I represent the frontline doctors. Mm-hmm. I help to make sure that we provide quality health care to all of our patients.
Okay, fantastic. Let's talk about what type of diabetes we are referring to and maybe run through some of the numbers.
Sure. So when we're talking about diabetes in adult patients, we're talking about type 2 diabetes. Okay. It represents about 90% of all diabetes cases in adults. Mm-hmm. That's about, it covers about 10% of the adult population. Over 30 million Americans have diabetes.
That's a lot.
Yes.
That is a lot.
When we're talking about seniors, the percentage goes up even further.
Wow.
25% of seniors have diabetes, both diagnosed and undiagnosed, but it's a significant issue.
It is. And let's talk about some of the causes.
So causes for diabetes, for type 2 in specific, we look at it as twofold. There's causes that you can change and causes that you can't really change too much. Mm-hmm. So things that you can do something about is lifestyle. How you eat. Are you eating healthy? Are you eating lots of sweets? Do you exercise, or are you sedentary in your lifestyle? Mm-hmm. That's something that you could do something about. Things that are more passive that you really can't change would include your genetics, right? If diabetes runs in your family, you have a higher chance of becoming diabetic. You can't really change your family members.
Right.
And ethnicity tends to play a role as well. Mm-hmm. These are some of the major factors that are baked into your risk of becoming diabetic.
And what are some of the things that is happening in the body when you have diabetes?
So that's a good question. First, you have to understand how the body usually works. So when you eat food, the food goes down into your stomach and your intestines, and your body breaks that food down and turns it into sugar. Mm-hmm. That sugar then leaves the intestines and goes into your blood. An organ in your abdomen called the pancreas senses this high sugar level in your blood and produces a natural hormone called insulin.
Okay.
The job of this insulin is to take the sugar and help it move out of the blood into the cells where it's used for energy.
Okay.
The problem in diabetes is, there's two. The first is something called insulin resistance. Mm-hmm. So the insulin that your pancreas is producing is not as effective as it should be, and therefore the sugar levels stay high in your blood, and that causes the problems in diabetes. The secondary problem there is at some point for diabetics, their pancreas can become tired or fatigued and stops producing sufficient amounts of insulin. So if you don't have enough insulin, your blood sugar levels rise, and again, you have a problem.
Is that when the medication comes in, or can you kind of curb that with food or something that has sugar?
Yeah, so I always recommend lifestyle modification at any stage in diabetes. It's one of the best things you can do to stay healthy. So eating healthy, cutting down on condensed sweets and things like that is very important. At Kaiser Permanente, we recommend the healthy plate method.
Oh.
It's very simple. You take one plate of food. Don't eat 2 or 3 plates of food for your meal. And you divide your plate up. So half your plate should be vegetables, and we recommend the non-starchy vegetables, so salads, stewed vegetables, whatever you like. A quarter of your plate should be protein, so lean meats, non-meat protein is also very good for you.
Okay.
And then 25% of your plate should be carbohydrates, and we certainly recommend things like whole grains.
Gotcha. Okay. So let's talk about when you are visiting your physician. what do we need to know, like, or what do the physicians provide?
Okay, so a couple things. If you are a patient with diabetes or you have a loved one with diabetes, one of the most important things that you're going to want to know is my doctor providing the best diabetes care?
Right.
So a couple ways to figure that out. One, you ask around. You can ask the office staff or the doctor directly. That might not be terribly reliable. There might be some bias there. So something I recommend for patients is to check with the National Committee for Quality Assurance.
Yes.
NCQA for short.
Okay.
This is an independent organization that rates the quality of medical care.
Okay.
So patients can actually go to the NCQA website. The website's reportcards.ncqa.org.
Okay.
Click on healthcare provider, and you can actually search for your doctor. If your doctor's there and has been certified by the Diabetes Recognition Program, you can rest assured that your doctor has proven to the NCQA, an independent organization, that they provide top quality diabetes care.
So could they just type in NCQA? Would that get them to
Yeah,
that
you could
location?
probably
And then they
Google
can find the
it,
report
yeah.
cards. Okay, good, because I didn't put that up for them to see, but nonetheless, if they wanted to just type in NCQA or ncqa.org, they could get there.
Yes, and
Okay,
there's
perfect.
tons of information on all
Okay.
kinds of quality, including diabetes.
Okay, fantastic. And what does Kaiser Permanente do for diabetes that might be different than some other hospitals?
Sure. So first and foremost, we try to prevent diabetes. So we have a very good screening program looking for pre-diabetes and diabetes in our members. And we actually have a program called the Healthy Balance Program that's certified by the CDC as a diabetes prevention program.
Okay.
For our members with diabetes, we have a very comprehensive diabetes program. It starts with helping to educate the member on what diabetes is and what can be done to help it. The more knowledge that you have, the more power you have in any disease, including diabetes. We have a stellar healthcare team, starting with your physician. We have healthcare educators, certified diabetic educators. We have specialized clinical pharmacists, nurse practitioners, physician assistants, dietitians, wellness coaches, all to help our members get the best diabetes care. We also have access to the latest medications, the latest technologies. We have remote glucose monitoring, one of the newest things in the diabetes field to help control diabetes.
And you can even do it through your phone now.
Yes, you can check your blood sugars and get all that information on the phone, and it even sends that information to your doctor and the care team so we can help make recommendations to keep the blood sugars under control.
Fantastic. And one last thing is, Kaiser Permanente has an awful lot of programs, and one in particular, it's HEDIS. Tell me what that stands for.
HEDIS. That's actually a program through NCQA.
Oh, it is. Okay.
And so HEDIS is that's a mnemonic. So
Healthcare Effectiveness Data and Information Set.
Yes, it's alphabet soup.
Yes,
it's crazy. So that's all about determining what level of quality a healthcare organization might provide.
Okay.
You can imagine if you're trying to figure out if your doctor or your healthcare organization provides top level care, it could be difficult. It's like comparing apples and oranges. You might get a flyer from one medical center and a mailer from another, and they all report the best findings. So organizations actually report specific data through HEDIS to NCQA about things like diabetes care. And that way they can be compared directly on a national level to see how your healthcare organization measures up in quality.
Okay.
I'm happy to report that at Kaiser Permanente, we actually do very well. We're in the top echelon for diabetes care. We actually meet something called the HEDIS 90th percentile for diabetes care. And that means we're in the top 10% in the nation. And even for things like related diseases to diabetes, we do very well. We have one of the top programs in the nation for retinal screening.
Okay.
So you may not know this, but blindness from diabetes is a serious thing in the United States. And it's very preventable. So screening for it is super important.
Okay.
We actually invested in retinal cameras to help screen our patients. So you might have seen these. If you go to like a private optometrist office, oftentimes after your visit, they'll say, hey, for another $50, we can take these digital photos of your retina and look for disease. We actually do that for free, screening our members for diabetic retinopathy, because it is the most sensitive tool that we have to look for diabetic retinopathy and help prevent that. So that put us in one of the top, I think we're top 2 in the nation in diabetes retinal screening. We're great at blood pressure control in diabetic patients. We're one of the top in the nation in terms of prescribing cholesterol medicines for diabetic patients. It's a recommendation from the American Heart Association and the American Diabetes Association that diabetic patients over the age of 40 should be on cholesterol medicine to help prevent heart attacks and strokes.
Wow. Well, excellent information. Thank you so much. And that retinal is very interesting. So, or the retinal screening. Retinal screening.
Yeah.
All right. Well, very good. Well, thank you so much. It was great
Thanks
to meet you.
for having me. I
You're
appreciate
welcome.
it.
All right. Thank you. And if you want more information about what we've just talked about, you can go to kp.org/Orange County. We'll be right back.
So, Greg, it's a lot to take in.
And I know that's hard to hear, but the doctors caught it early.
Hi, Blake. My dad has cancer.
And I know how hard that is to hear. But you're in the right place.
And Dr. Pascal and her team, they know what to do.
They know what to do.
The doctors know what to do.
So here's the plan. First off, we're going to give you all this information.
Achieve a level of comfort you've never known before. The Daydreamer will take you through smooth movements and guide you effortlessly into your favorite positions. Adjust the power pillow for ideal support for your head and neck. This and our positioning technology allows for infinite relaxation. Lay back in zero gravity while watching TV and put your body and mind at ease. Lift your spirits and find your favorite daydream. Contact your local Golden retailer today.
I had been with another hospice for my husband, Ed. After about 2 months, I thought, they're not doing much for me. So I went to the computer and brought up the list of hospices, and there was OC. The response was immediate. They did everything. They had all their ducks in the row, and that's what I was looking for. It was comforting till the very end. And then at the very end, the last 3 days, it was continuous care, and nobody ever left him.
Over 25 years, we have worked hard to make Brilliant Smile the premier dental office in Laguna Woods. We take the extra time to understand our patients' special needs and always perform the highest quality dental work at affordable prices in a relaxing and friendly environment. There is no need to refer our patients to anybody else. We perform everything from cleaning all the way to the implant and sinus surgeries all under one roof. Stop in or call and experience the Brilliant Smile difference.
Save now at LA Carpet & More's 50% off sale.
Buy direct and save 50% on carpet and 50% off tile.
Plus, get 5 years 0% financing.
LA Carpet, #1 for you.
Save now at LA Carpet & More's 50% off sale.
Buy direct and save 50% on carpet and 50% off tile.
Plus, get 5 years 0% financing.
LA Carpet, #1 for you.
And we have the ladies from the Senior Center here today, Cherie and Cheryl. And we're into the holiday season, and all kinds of great stuff is going on at the Florence Sylvester, right?
It scared me to write December.
Yeah?
Yeah. I mean, I'm going, what happened to July?
I know. It's gone by very, very quick. And
Can't believe it.
Yeah, I know. And you've got some really good things going on for the holidays. So do we want to talk about the health stuff first?
Sure. Yeah.
All right.
Sure.
And in keeping with the holidays?
Keeping with the holidays. And Lisa Gibson, our dietitian.
Yes.
She's wonderful. She's a really good instructor because she makes it casual and fun.
Yeah.
And she's going to be talking about healthy eating for the holidays. So you know that all that weight you just lost?
Yeah.
You want to keep it there. You don't want to gain it back up for December. So December 10th, she's going to have little treats, little samples. She's going to make them little snacks. And
for healthier versions of things.
And, she's going to talk about holiday baking and how you can just sort of cut those calories a little bit.
Okay, but you know what? When it comes to mashed potatoes, you got to have real butter.
Yeah, I know.
And real cream and all that kind of stuff.
And speaking of Lisa, she's doing another presentation sponsored by the Skinny Jean Project.
Yeah, tell us about that.
Yeah, this is the sugar-caused diabetes, and I know you just had the doctor just speaking about diabetes. The Skinny Jean Project is through Medicare. It's sponsored, and they have 26 meetings throughout the year, every week. They come in, and they're trying to do pre-diabetic.
Okay.
So to prevent transitioning over,
right.
you know, going.
So that's a really good.
Yeah. So you know they have a different topic each week, and they talk about healthy eating and exercise and all the other things, components that will keep you.
All right, and we should mention skinny jeans. It's not like Old Navy skinny jeans.
No, it's Gene.
Yes.
Right. Okay. The skinny jeans.
Yeah.
Yes.
So when is that going to be?
Oh, excuse me. That's December 17th. Does sugar cause diabetes? And the doctor was just speaking about diabetes.
Yeah.
So she's going to talk a little bit more in depth about artificial sweeteners and the risk factors for diabetes. So,
yeah, I know. Lisa's talked about that before.
Yes.
Artificial sweeteners.
Yeah.
And
she's not a proponent on them.
No.
No, she's not. That's not her favorite.
Yeah,
and she'll talk about it.
Yeah, that's going to be an interesting one. I think that's going to be really good.
And
now another one.
Dr. Trin.
Chronic pain. Good old Dr. Trin.
Dr. Trin, December 12th. So everything's happening in December.
Yeah.
At the beginning of December, and he's going to be talking about strategies to address the chronic pain, because a lot of people have chronic pain, chronic inflammation, and does diet help? Should you be on a special diet if you have inflammation, let's say for rheumatoid arthritis?
I think that's a good one. He is fantastic.
Yes, he is really good.
Yeah.
Very low-key.
Yes, he's low-keyed. That's December 12th. They're all at 1 o'clock. So come to our center and learn.
And now on all these, they're free, but you should call to make a reservation, right?
For Lisa's, you have to sign up, because if she's going to be doing making little snacks and treats, she has a limit on how many she's going to let into the group.
Very good.
Yep, sign up.
All right, very good. All right, Cherie, what's going on?
Ooh, I get to do the fun stuff.
Yes. Well, her stuff is fun.
It is fun. It's very informative, and we want to make sure our seniors know what's going on. So this Friday, December 6th at 11:30, we have our ugly Christmas sweater party. So everybody needs to come down and join us wearing their ugliest, tackiest sweater they can find.
That'll be a lot of fun.
Yes.
I remember last year, didn't you and Shirley come on with ugly sweaters, or those were just your normal sweaters?
I love it.
Get insulted because you think, oh, are you in the ugly sweater mode? And I said, no, it's my normal sweater.
Well, I'm happy about it this year because mine lights up.
Yeah.
So I had to go above.
That's great.
To really represent. Good. So yeah, come down. We're giving prizes away for the ugliest, tackiest sweater you can find, and then of course we give away big awards that everybody has to wear.
So when is that? What
That's
time?
this Friday.
Okay.
December 6th.
Any
at
time coming in, or is it a certain time?
11:30. It's at our lunch
parade.
time. Yeah, definitely. We'll get everybody up and we'll all vote to see which one's
That's
great.
a good one.
Yeah, and then on Monday, December 16th, we have the Harmonaires coming in. The
I know them.
Yeah, they're a lot of fun. They're a club here within Laguna Woods. So they're going to do a sing-along, those warm, old-time holiday favorites. Also some of the new favorites. You know, Susan gets up there and she's really funny. So it's just kind of one of those old-time, come and sing along. I mean, it's the holiday season.
Yeah, they're good.
Yeah, they're
really
They're
good.
a lot of fun. And then, of course, we have our big Christmas luncheon.
Yes.
That's happening Friday, December 20th. Santa Claus will be there.
Ah.
Ho, ho, ho. So Santa Claus will be there giving out treats. And then, of course, we give out big raffle prizes.
That'll
that
be a
day.
lot of fun. Now, will you be able to stop Cheryl from sitting on his lap again?
I don't know. It's a new Santa Claus this year, so
Oh.
we'll find out.
We still have our raffle going on too
Okay.
in our lobby, and they have some great gifts. So stop down and take a look.
And so how do you get a raffle ticket? Is
People
it a
really like the
donation?
dog bed
that's a good
raffle
one.
gift. It's really cute. Little big dog bones. And
So is
things
there
like that.
like a donation?
Yeah,
and then you get a raffle
it's
okay.
3 tickets for $5,
Okay.
and it goes towards our senior center.
Yeah.
So it's just a little fun raffle, and you might win something.
That's a
I've
lot
got
of
my
fun.
tickets in a lot of them.
Do you really? For the dog bed?
No, that dog bed's too small for ours, but they have Mother's Market gift cards,
Oh, that's a good
Trader
one.
Joe's,
Have lots of
Target.
good ones.
Yeah, so they have some really good.
Yeah. Trader Joe's, that's the one I would go
Trader
for.
Joe's.
I'm there 3 or 4 times a week.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. They have a big, what is that, like a day spa one, too?
Oh yeah, we have a day spa.
Oh, that's good.
Big
Yeah.
day spa with a nice robe and slippers.
Burke
Very
Williams.
good.
Burke Williams.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Burke Williams. They're still at, where are they?
Mission.
Yeah, Mission Viejo,
Mission
down in
Viejo,
Mission Viejo.
Glad
Yes,
it's
I do know that
yeah.
place.
We got
Very
one more
good.
thing? Can we
Okay,
talk about
one more thing,
Okay.
yes.
So tax season is coming up. We're going to do something a little bit different. The AARP tax preparers are going to come into our center, and they're taking early appointments.
Ah.
So I have Friday, December 20th from 8:30 to 11, and Friday, December 27th.
Wow.
8:30
That's really
to
early.
11. Yes, and so you can come in and they will give you a priority appointment, but you have to physically come in and sign up. And also, to qualify for their early booking, you have to bring your 2018 tax return with you.
Okay, so those days you're just going in to sign up.
To sign up for their
Okay, because
what
yeah,
they're
that's too
calling,
early because people don't have all their stuff yet.
priority
Yeah.
appointments. Just bring your 2018 taxes with you. But if you have any questions, you can always call us at the senior center.
Okay.
Yeah.
Really good, and anybody can do that.
Yes, I think it's, yeah.
Because I remember in the past they were saying doesn't go by any age or if you're a senior or not a senior or something. I don't know.
I'll have to check on that, but I think they're really looking towards the seniors in our area.
Okay.
They really want to give that priority to them.
All right,
The
very
older
good.
adult.
The older adults. Sorry.
Okay.
As you get closer, to older
So should
seniors,
you call
older
it the
adult.
older adult center and no longer the senior center?
I just think I think it should be the center.
Okay, the center.
The club.
Florence Sylvester Center. Ladies, thank you very much. I'll
you.
probably see you one more time.
Sure.
Yes.
Before Christmas and New Year's and all. But always good to see you.
Yes, thank you.
We
All
love
right.
it.
You take care, and we'll
Thank
be
you.
right back.
Could we have the same table we had yesterday?
I have a brilliant smile because of brilliant dentistry. I love her expertise, her knowledge, her wisdom, and most of all, her patience with me.
We take the extra time to understand our patients' special needs and always perform the highest quality dental work at affordable prices in a relaxing and friendly environment. We perform everything from cleaning all the way to implant and sinus surgeries all under one roof. Stop in or call and experience the brilliant smile difference.
Hi, I'm Ann Mundell Noel, audiologist and owner of Amazing Hearing. As an audiologist, I have the education and expertise to assess, diagnose, and treat hearing loss. Hearing aids are only one part of the treatment process. The way we have been taught to fit, counsel, and use hearing therapy is what makes us different. Amazing Hearing, audiologists with the education, expertise, and empathy to change how you hear.
Gloria always went big. So we helped her plan a memorial service that no one would soon forget. This one's for you, Gloria. Only a Dignity Memorial professional can celebrate a life like no other. Find out how at dignityorangecounty.com.
Dr. Yi-Wing Tong and Dr. Elaine Tong specialize in treating chronic pain and other disorders without drugs or surgery. Our therapy uses anesthetic injections to enhance acupuncture, curing disorders by restoring circulation and health. Most of our patients have tried all kinds of therapies without benefit, but obtained relief with their first treatment. Whether you are suffering from chronic pain, mental disorders, or simply wanting to maintain optimal health, we are here to help. Call today for your free phone consultation.
Welcome back. Carol Bowler is here from the Reformed Temple of Laguna Woods to talk to us about an upcoming documentary, and then you also have Hanukkah services and a Hanukkah celebration.
Another busy month at the temple.
Of course, you guys are always busy.
We are.
There's always something,
yes.
but the holidays are busy for everybody right now.
Of course.
Well, wonderful. Well, tell us about this documentary.
Well, this documentary is a special event that is going to take place on Monday, December 9th, next week, and it's at Clubhouse 5. At 4:30 with a light supper served in the intermission.
All right.
And it is a film, a documentary created by Michael Tilson Thomas. For those who, he's a familiar name. He is the musical director of the San Francisco Symphony, as well as the artistic director of the New World Symphony.
Okay.
And he has created this documentary called Music and Memories, the Tomaszewski's Music and Memories of Life in the Yiddish Theater.
Right.
He is the grandson of Bessie and Boris Tomaszewski.
Okay.
And they were pioneers in the Yiddish theater after the turn of the century all the way into the 20s and 30s. They were immensely talented people who came as immigrants to the United States from Kiev in 1890.
Wow.
And they created this dynamic, vibrant theater. They performed in it. They, Boris Tomaszewski was kind of the adventurer, dramatic, those kinds of roles, whereas Bessie was more comedic, but created roles, for instance, that gave way or were the basis for women's suffragette. They adapted Shakespeare and stories from Shakespeare all the way to what do I want to say? Vaudeville.
Vaudeville, right.
Everything. And so they were so well known that, just to give you an idea, when Boris Tomaszewski died in 1939, the newspaper reports that 30,000 people lined the streets for his funeral.
Oh, wow.
And this art form flourished in the Lower East Side in New York and eventually spread across the country.
Right.
And so what Michael Tilson Thomas has done is create this story of his grandparents with performers doing music and drama from the theater.
Okay.
And these are well known. Also, the New World Symphony is part of the documentary.
Okay.
So it's interesting, it's inspiring. What they were able to do was to give Americans a way of connecting with the American immigrant experience, which during those years especially and since has been a very, very big part of who we are.
Exactly.
Who we all are.
Right.
But the other thing that I think is so noteworthy about the Tomaszewskis, in addition to their talent, was that they were benefactors of pioneers, performers, composers. To give you an example of just two, Irving Berlin, George Gershwin. They started in the Yiddish theater. They adapted Jewish music. And at a certain point, they and many others crossed over into American theater and created something that is uniquely American, that belongs to all of us, and that is musical comedy.
Wow.
So from the standpoint, if you're interested in the origins of theater and where it comes from, this is something that you'd be really interested in in learning more about.
Right, and let's recap again. It's December 9th, and it's at 4:30.
Right.
And is that is that going to be when it starts at 4:30?
It starts at 4:30. Doors open at 4:15.
Okay, great.
At Clubhouse 1.
Okay.
And
is it Clubhouse 1 or Clubhouse 5?
Clubhouse 5.
Okay, great.
I'm sorry.
Great, because we have Clubhouse 5 up there. And then there is an admission. It's $20?
It's $20.
Okay.
And in order to, and you need your reservation before the event.
All right.
So you have two ways of doing it. You can go on the website of the, you go to www.lagunawoodsvillage.com.
Okay.
And you scroll down to clubs and then religious clubs. And under Reformed Temple of Laguna Woods, you'll find all of our events.
Perfect. So that way they can find out all the information.
They can find out all the information. They can also call Lynn Rosenstein.
Okay.
And her phone number is 562-773-5107.
Okay.
But it's going to be a great event, and you're not going to want to miss it.
Well, you've done a good job of hyping it up, so it sounds really good.
Okay.
All right, let's move on to Hanukkah, which, Hanukkah is late. Is it? It's normally not this late.
Well, not usually, but it can be anywhere from Thanksgiving on till the end of December.
Well, that's true.
So,
that's true. It just seems kind of late this time.
Right.
But nonetheless, it's this event is not until the 26th.
Right.
Okay, tell me about
it. Begins officially on the 22nd.
Okay, gotcha.
And it lasts for 8 days.
Yes.
The event that's on the 26th is a special Hanukkah party. Mm-hmm. It's a luncheon that's going to be held at Clubhouse 1.
Okay.
It's a catered luncheon by Yolanda.
Okay.
But of course, no Hanukkah celebration would be complete without latkes.
Oh, good.
Everybody's favorite.
Yes.
And of course, the trimmings, as well as a delicious, lovely lunch.
Okay.
And entertainment by our cantorial soloist, Jennifer Lewis, who does beautiful music and Hanukkah music. Mm-hmm. Hanukkah is a very joyous holiday.
Yes.
And so there's a lot to celebrate, and there's a lot of beautiful, wonderful, entertaining music. Mm-hmm. She'll be accompanied by our musical director, Juanita Sue.
Okay.
And so it's going to be a good time for everybody.
That's great.
And that is going to be, as I said, on the 26th at noon at Clubhouse 1. Mm-hmm. And the cost for residents and guests is $18, and for children is $13.
Oh, okay. And is there an age cutoff there for children?
12.
12 years?
12
okay,
years old.
Great. Okay.
And, all the events that I'm talking about today are open to Laguna Woods residents and their guests.
Okay, great. So you don't have to be part of the club in
No,
particular.
not
well,
at
not really
all.
club, but the Reformed Temple.
And you can send your you can send your call John Dorman, D-O-R-M-A-N.
Yes.
And his phone number is 859-2215.
Okay.
Or you can go on the website that I was mentioning,
right.
and it'll tell you where to send your check directly to him.
Oh, perfect. So I'll have the address and all the information.
And we need your reservations by the 22nd of December so we can have enough for everybody.
Exactly. All right. And then you have one other event, which is going to be the day after that, on December 27th.
Yes, that event takes place in our temple service, our Shabbat service on Friday night, the 27th, in Clubhouse 1, 7:30. And it will be a beautiful celebration, again with lots of music and of Hanukkah and the miracle of Hanukkah, and followed by latkes, more latkes.
Oh my gosh, it's Latke week.
Latkes, right, that's exactly what it is. It's Latke week.
Are you coming on again before?
I am.
Okay, yeah. I need some latkes, please.
I will do my best.
I hope you do. I hope you do. Okay, well, excellent. So December 9th, December 26th, and December 27th. So you guys have a lot going on.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you so much for the information.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
I always enjoy coming.
All
Thank you so much.
And remember, if you'd like additional information about the events that we were just talking about, you can always go to the Laguna Woods Village website, and that's lagunawoodsvillage.com, and go to clubs and find the Reformed Temple of Laguna Woods. We'll be right back.
At our new Memorial Wave Imaging Center in Laguna Woods, formerly Orange County Diagnostics, you can expect the same precise imaging, multiple modalities for your imaging needs, and the same friendly staff with medical providers like Dr. Syed Sharakni. The Laguna Woods Transportation Service offers convenient access right to our door, and we continue to provide the care and compassion that you expect from our new Wave Laguna Woods location.
Welcome to Palm Terrace Healthcare and Rehabilitation Center. We are known in the community for compassionate and professional nursing care. Once our guests enter the road to recovery, our expert rehab therapy team rolls into action. Our goal is your comfort and your health. Please feel free to call us at 949-587-9000 or stop by and enjoy a personalized tour of Palm Terrace Healthcare and Rehabilitation Center.
Come to the world premiere of Oi, It's Christmas. Sing along with the Hallmark Holiday Band. Hear the stories behind some of your favorite holiday tunes. Only one performance, Sunday, December 15th at 2 p.m. Tickets are on sale now at the Performing Arts Center, $10 and $12 each. See you there.
Our Friday movie is one of my favorites. Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, and I think I just watched it not too long ago. Super fun. Of course, it is a family fantasy musical that was came out in 1971.
Yeah.
And it is about a poor but hopeful boy seeks one of the 5 coveted golden tickets that will send him on a tour of Willy Wonka's mysterious chocolate factory. And of course, he does get the bar, and he gets to go with his grandpa, and they go on this fantastical,
it is a great
crazy
movie.
Tour. And yeah, it's a greatly done movie. And it stars Gene Wilder, Jack Albertson, and Peter Ostrom. And again, that'll be on Friday, December 2nd December 6th at 2 and 7 p.m. That's brought to you by Kaiser Permanente.
Great movie. All right, our weather, if you like rain, will continue all the way through today. If you're watching us in the morning, the heavier amount of rain should go on till about noon or so. Then it'll begin to taper off all the way through the evening, and it could spill over to tomorrow morning. That would be really scattered showers, and maybe till about 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. We'll see if it spills over into that. Then you can see on Friday, a little bit nicer. Then more rain coming up this weekend, but it'll be less so than this. It'll be more scattered showers on Saturday and Sunday.
All
so
right.
There you have it.
Okay, excellent. So tomorrow on our show, we have Robert's Rules, The Old Pros, and the Republican Club. So tune in tomorrow and have a great day and try to stay dry. See you tomorrow.
So won't you take it and leave?